I'm going to tell you about the creation of Sparks. You're going to experience interactive learning, and then there'll be time for questions. So the creation of Sparks began, I have been teaching interactively at community colleges for over 20 years. As you heard, I've taught math, holistic math, and I'll explain that in a dance card if you like, and yoga, and also college success. In every class that I teach, I always have people set goals. They do reflection through writing or speaking, help people build their confidence and create community. And I decided to leave my comfortable tenured position at the college to explore other interests, and I studied and am certified in Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy, which is a combination of Eastern yoga philosophy with Western psychology, Carl Rogers' philosophy that everybody has the answers inside of themselves. So I began my business, Create Your Wellness, and I had yoga classes that were filled up and worked individually with people, yoga therapy, but I really missed being able to create new things and build more community, so that's when I decided to start Sparks. And Sparks, you know, I think soon you're going to be able to say my vision because everyone in the world is doing what sparks their interest and thriving. And my mission is to connect people joyfully through interactive learning. My values are integrity, simplicity, and joy. And I help people create their vision, mission, and value statements. I'm going to focus in just on the class that Ann Bell and I created, which is Mirror, Mirror, Opening a Window to Your Better Self. It's an 8-week class where we've taught one 8-week session already in the spring, and we have 2 more sections starting next week. And our future goals are to teach the courses online or let people experience the course if they can't be here in Orange County. And also, I really want to teach people to teach these courses and to create their own interactive courses. And any course that I teach has these agreements. And what's interesting, and I think a reason why I really love BNI, is that you follow these agreements even though it's not necessarily said out loud. One of them is to speak from your own perspective, which we do when we give our 1-minute presentations. To also use non-judgmental words, which we give testimonials to each other. We don't say, you know, oh, this person's lousy, that person's lousy. No, we say wonderful things about each other. And the last is to keep what works for you and leave the rest. So, with those agreements, usually in the beginning of a class we light a candle, but we're going to pretend so we don't set off sprinkler systems here. And the other thing that we do in the beginning is to just breathe in, tighten everything up, and let it go. All right, try again and do it loud. Let go of your day. All right. There we go, that's better.
I'm having too much fun down here. I should have told that to my client.
Seriously.
Oh my God, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's so quick to do, and it can change your perspective pretty quickly. Interactive learning. So our theme is new perspectives, and you should all have a half piece of paper in front of you. If not, you can pass them around.
Does somebody need to have an extra one? I have them all.
So what I want you to do when you do this quick exercise is to notice how you feel, what you're thinking, if any memories come up, as you write your name with your opposite hand than you usually do.
I can do it.
Try.
Are we printing or writing a script? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter,
Okay.
Cursive.
Script, cursive, yeah.
however you want to do it.
So next pen?
My mom had to do this because she had a stroke.
Just write your name.
Maria, I have to tell you, I used to be left-handed, but they changed me before I went to kindergarten, so I'm not too bad at this.
Really?
Yeah. They made my mom change me.
Have a lot of memories then.
They made my mom change me to be right-handed.
Yeah, they used to do that.
Yeah. So I guess I'm old.
You're young. You're young.
Yeah.
My right-handed said.
That was like.
So I can write both hands.
Very good. How many people felt uncomfortable doing that? Raise your hands. Okay, it's great if you felt uncomfortable, because
Oh, I love that.
when you're out of your comfort zone, that's where magic happens. And Allison had just sent me this on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
I just posted that to my sales staff, but Facebook page too.
Cool. So I would like you and I'm doing lots of things that may make you feel uncomfortable, like breathing. And now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Just close your eyes for a few seconds and think of an instance where you were uncomfortable and something magical happened. And when you get that image or something pops up, just write a couple words on your paper.
I blocked it. Can't think of it.
With the left hand?
Oh, you can use your right hand. You can use either hand.
I was looking at that. I said left-handed.
And then, that's not.
What your name is to see why I was for you.
I'm really stuck on this one.
It's blocked.
That's okay. You'll probably think of it later when
I'm
you're
just driving
driving.
the car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be like, oh.
And that's something about interactive learning. You get experiences, and the learning may not happen right away. It might be a day later, it might be a week later, it might be a year later. Oh, that's what that was all about. And that's totally fine. Learning doesn't have to be instantaneous. So if you would just turn to your neighbor and each of you just say a couple words of your magical experience. And it's okay if you don't have one.
What's it called?
Well, it wasn't quite sure.
Oh, you run a nice tough court. I've been before you before. You run a nice tough court.
I'm always.
I'd like to charge before I leave the show.
So that's magic.
Everybody.
Nope, not that court. Thank you, Judge.
People actually got something. My fear is wrong.
Now my classes are 2 hours long, so we usually have more time to discuss. I'm sorry to cut you off. Now I'm a teacher, so what do I want to give you?
Homework?
Yes. Yes, here's your homework. You can write this down. The first is to notice, and you're going to write this, notice when I am out of my comfort zone. And then the second thing to write is, what magic do I want to create? So when you feel afraid or uncomfortable or angry in a situation, instead of being like, I shouldn't be feeling this isn't right, think, oh, this is that magic moment. How am I going to make magic here and switch to a new perspective? So. And now is questions time. So do you have a question about the creations of Spark or interactive learning?
Just a comment. Last night we were at the B&I trainings where I think they do a good job as far as getting the people there organizing it, but I think they need to kind of find a different way to portray it and so people don't zone out after 5 minutes. And I think you could help them with that. I thought it was fantastic.
I would like to help them. Yes, I was.
Yeah, she was there for 2, for like 8
I was
hours.
there for 2. Yeah.
I was hoping to cancel something.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I have a question.
question.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you define magic? What's magic? What do you mean by that?
Well, if you're think of a situation where you're fearful of doing something, and instead of, staying at home and not doing that thing, you bring up courage, try that new experience. I'm just thinking when I was standing up on a rock and wanting to, on a cliff and wanting to jump in the creek, I was really afraid. But I used courage and I did it, and it was magical. So I mean, that's a physical experience. But a lot of times when we're afraid or angry and we get stuck, we don't want to move. When we do move, something cool happens.
So it's a risk taking, what you're saying.
Right.
It's like you're freeing your inner self, basically.
Yep.
Unleashing the tiger.
That's right.
Tell your boss to.
Anthony?
Somebody that takes the Mirror course, what change in themselves can they expect after they completed the course versus who they were before they went through?
Well, each person's different in how open they are to change. Like here, our discussion was on new perspectives. So maybe they have a challenge in their life that they just feel stuck, and through the different exercises that they do, they might get 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas to try. Now it's up to them whether they're going to be brave enough to put that into action. So we present the tools, and it's up to the individuals in the class to put it into action. So the more that they do on their own, the greater impact. And before we did it every other week, and people were like forgetting their homework, not doing it. We're doing 8 weeks consecutive. They have a homework sheet. There's going to be more accountability now. They're going to write down their accomplishments. So I'm curious to see what new horizons people get in their lives and their businesses.
One more question, if anybody has one. One last one.
What's the best way to find referrals for you for people that might be interested in this course?
People who are interested in personal growth and looking at their life in a new way. I just think of like Tara. You were stuck and like not listening to your body, not listening to your life, and now that she's been sick, and now she sees, oh, I want to do things differently. I want to have that change. So someone like Tara, or someone who's gone through cancer or had a death in the family, they have a big shock, and a lot of times that's the time when they're ready. Oh, life is not working. I want to look at things I want to look at things with a new perspective, and I'm ready now.
It makes you go look for it.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you.